Hey guys, how's it going? This is Chad, the Golden Finger Picker. I am out on a Tuesday morning hitting a few thrift stores, and once again I got my brain going. When I really get talking and get serious about something, I don't just let it go. I think about it and I think about it and I think about it, because what I'm doing is I'm debating myself, okay, on whether I should do this or whether I should not do this. In other words, I put a lot of time and effort into making a decision. As you see in the title, it's don't oversell your items, or are you overselling your items? Because in the reselling world, you know, I'm sure you've heard this before, undersell and overproduce. And what that means is, in your like eBay listings, for example, you don't want to oversell your item, okay? What you want to do is you want to undersell it and overproduce. So when this person gets this product, they're going to be surprised that it's as good as what it is, okay? It's better than what they expected. So therefore you're creating an experience for that customer that is a positive one. Now you might say, well, but my item is good and I want them to know how good it is. This is where we could get ourselves in trouble, okay? And what I mean by that is using adjectives, okay? Because adjectives in the reselling world can be considered your opinion of something, okay? And your opinion of something may not be the same as your customer's opinion. So it's really important to state facts, to state just facts. Don't embellish. And what I mean by don't embellish or your opinion is this beautiful 1980s vase, okay? It's the term beautiful is an adjective, okay? And adjectives will get you in trouble. And the reason why I'm saying this, because we had to talk about the term rare, using rare. And there's an argument out there that rare should be reserved for rare items. People are overusing the term rare. And an example is, well, you've got an unknowing customer. They're buying what they think is a rare baseball card for their husband for his birthday. They don't know anything about baseball cards, okay? So you put in your listing, rare 1960 Joe DiMaggio, blah, 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 blah. And you charge $150 for it, okay? Well, in true baseball card collectors circle, $150 baseball card probably isn't very rare as far as they are concerned. Okay, so this wife buys this rare, but she thinks she's getting something really, really special, and she buys this baseball card, and she gives it to her husband for his birthday, and he's like, she goes, oh, this is something really, really special. It's rare, and you know, blah, blah, blah. He gets it, he's like, oh, I appreciate it, honey. It's the thought that counts, but this is not rare, okay? So she comes back to eBay or to you and saying, how dare you tell me this was rare when it's not rare at all, okay? That's the argument. Now, we did this show. It's on Walking Picker's channel. There was several different opinions, and going into the show, my opinion was, you know, and this was my example, you got a 1985 Iron Maiden t-shirt that is going for $1,100, $1,200 on eBay. There's not many of them out there. That's rare, okay? So it's like a supply and demand. And if there isn't any out there in the market, then I would consider it rare. Well, I go to a yard sale and I find a whole case of these things, never taken out of the case, and there's 100 of them in there. Is it rare anymore? Well, if I only list one at a time, yeah, it's rare. Okay, will the price come down with the more that I list? Yes, it will. Now, the argument was going on throughout the night, and then I really started thinking, because there were some very strong opinions in the chat about how dare you use the term rare when it's really not rare. And actually, I totally respect the person that was in the chat. I respect what they say. I respect their opinions. I absolutely do. But I wasn't looking at thinking that, no, they're just trying to... I started to look inward and was like, really try to think this through. So I'm looking at the definition of rare again for an item. There's like 3 different definitions, but for 3 different occurred. Like, one is rare, like a rare condition like cancer, you know, a rare type of cancer. It was used in that form. And then there's like the rare ability of somebody, like he's got a very rare ability to play basketball, like Michael Jordan did. Okay, so, and then you have rare of an item, one that's not produced, that was, oh my gosh, hard to come by. I don't know exactly. Look it up. But pretty much what it's saying is, if it's something that of value, or it's of desired, pretty much. And so then I'm getting to thinking, it's like, because the way they were talking is like, rare should be reserved for this, or if it's, and then I'm asking, what's the standard for rare? Come on now, let's get serious about this. This is what I think. Rare is not an official term, like antique is an official term, because there's a standard. What is it, 100? I don't know what it is, but it's 100 years. Okay, when you're looking at records, okay, there's a near mint condition. That's a standard. And I think if you're going to use this term in a way that should only be used for special items, then there needs to be a standard put out, or an international standard. What dictates rare? Right now, as far as I'm concerned, rare's just an adjective. It means nothing. Just like beautiful, or just like cool, this cool item. No, that's just an extra thing. Now, this is where my thing is. Will I stop using rare? Okay. Typically, when you use the term rare, most people who's searching for that particular item already knows what the item is. They already know that it's hard to find. They already know this. So putting rare in there might, you know, I don't know. It could, like anything else, like beautiful, like cool, you know, these words can get you into trouble. And it could be a part of overselling your item, because if your opinion of something differs from the opinion of your buyer, you're opening yourself up for trouble. Okay, that's why it's really important to put facts in your listing. This 1985, you can say something like multicolored. If it's got several colors, it's multicolored. That's a fact. Okay, so you can put 1985 multicolored floral vase. You know, you want to stay with facts in your listings. And sometimes, I'm the first to admit, I get caught up in my opinion of something. If I think it's rare, I'm going to put rare. If I think that it's cool, I want to put cool. But it's not about me. It's about my customer. It's about the perception that my customer is going to have on this item. And I've always thought undersell, overproduce. That's a very good... I do that with my shipping. I put economy shipping on my items, and I typically send it priority. And some of the best feedback I've gotten is, oh my gosh, I got it so much faster than I thought I would. Okay, so that's the mindset, I think, is what's really important. Now, if you're saying, if you really embellish your item to make the sale, okay, that's where the disconnect is. You're doing it to make the sale at any cost, is almost what you're telling, you know, this rare, this beautiful, this unprecedented piece, this, I mean, it just, embellishing it, it's only going to cause you problems. And there may be some people out there say, I do that, I've never had any problem before. But what I'm saying is, it's opening you up for issues, because when you inject your opinion onto something, it's going to be different than somebody else's. Just like this video, it's my opinion. Not everybody's going to agree with me, and you have to think about that when you're making your listings. I thought it was a really good conversation. Nobody got crappy, nobody was name calling, but over a simple term, there can be such a different opinion. And if there's such a different opinion among sellers on using this term, can you imagine what your buyers are thinking? Okay, so yeah, it may get you the sale over somebody else, but guess what? They're going to be expecting so much more from yours. And if you don't have more to offer, you're opening yourself up. Okay? So while it's important to separate yourself from your competition, you need to do it with facts, or with better pictures, or having a manual with yours instead. Don't embellish your item to get the sale, because the customer's going to have a higher expectation of your item compared to your competition's. And if you don't have anything more to offer, then they're going to be disappointed. Their expectations are going to be here, and their actual experience is going to be here. I hope that makes sense. And like I said, I think the debate is still live when it comes to the term rare. Okay, we all have our opinion of what rare is. The definition of rare does not dictate a standard that qualifies something to be rare. Okay, because it says not made in massive amounts. Okay, my opinion of not made in massive amounts is 5 or 10, but somebody else might determine not made in massive amounts as 100,000. You know, it's open to interpretation. And when you have something open to interpretation within its definition itself, then that term probably should not be used. That's my argument for this. And I was going into the argument saying, yeah, I use it, and this is why. But, you know, by the end of the show, I'm like, it's just a stupid word, and that has no standard. Because we put our own standard on the word to try to sell our item. And I've come to realize that my customer may not have that same standard. It's not like new and used. I mean, new, there's a standard. Okay? Used, there's a standard. Not working for parts, there's a standard. Okay? So, you need to really consider that when you're using these adjectives. I'm pretty sure it's an adjective. Something that describes an item. Yeah. Beautiful, rare, cool, undeniable. I mean, just some of these words. And you want to hear some of these words? Because this is the way he describes things, is Drew the California Picker. I'm not saying he's bad. I don't know what he puts in his listings, but if you see him showing his items in his video, he's very descriptive, and which is, I enjoy watching him. But it just kind of makes you think, and but just think about it. I mean, it's such a simple word, but it can either really put your item up in lights, big lights, that probably doesn't deserve to be in big lights, or it truly is a rare item. But rare is subjective, I guess, because the definition, there's no standards. So, hey, I digress. Think about it. I think it's a really good debate, and I actually changed my mind. I really changed my mind, but not for the arguments that were presented. So, yeah, for the record, I changed my mind because of the definition and how it's open to interpretation, not because I think rare is overused because only certain things are truly rare. Well, until you show me a standard, it's just my opinion. So, and when you get into opinions, you get into trouble. Thanks a lot, guys. That was 15 minutes on the term rare, why I think it should not be used. So, let me know what you think. I'm sure I'll be getting a ton of comments about this in the description. In the comment section. Be honest. Be honest. Nobody's going to hate on you if you truly feel it. And, but like I said, everybody in the debate the other night, I like and I respect. And, but we're all entitled to our opinions. And that's what a debate's for, is to put opposing opinions to the forefront. So nothing wrong with it. I welcome it anytime. So thanks a lot, guys. We shall talk later.